Soulful Sauna, Stories of Self-Mastery. Thank you for joining us. It is you, the viewer, that makes this podcast. Your host, Juliette Noske, and her guests are here to share stories of self-mastery, to inspire you and ignite the power of positive change on your own journey. Thank you for being with us. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Soulful Sauna. This is Stories of Self-Mastery, and I'm your host, Juliette Noske. And today we have the wonderful Gerda with us. Welcome, Gerda.
Hello.
And Gerda is from Lithuania, and she has been living in the UK for over 20 years now. And she loves everything sauna. And she's also very arty, and one of the things that she loves doing is dance. Oh, my cat's joined me in the sauna. So yeah, she's really passionate about her new project, which is Saunature and the Saunature Spa. And she loves everything sauna, and she's on a mission to bring authentic Baltic saunas, sauna bathing and treatments into local Surrey residents. So welcome, Gerda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the reasons that we wanted to get this podcast recorded as soon as possible was so that we can share with everyone about your amazing the project that you're planning, in the middle of planning at the moment. So we'll come to that a bit later so that everyone can find out about that, and the links will be in the information alongside the podcast. So do you have an interesting sauna story? You must have, of course, because that's your thing at the moment.
I have interesting stories like about the saunas. Yes, so we went with my husband to Saunaverse festival at Hackney Baths, Hackney Wick saunas. That's where I was actually last year. And there's like I can't remember, 8 to 12 saunas, maybe less than that. We just a different type of saunas, and then I don't know if it's that interesting story, but I was running a ritual, and my husband were just like exploring the saunas, and you get in and then you go out, you get in and you go out. So I was running the ritual, so I wasn't sure like what my husband is doing and how where he is and what he's doing. So I'm just finished all, and then I just like started to check on my husband, and he's like coming all this drain soaked, dried off like a raisin. and he says to me, my nipples hurt. And I said, so how many saunas you did, and he said, I went in all of them, so it was like a marathon for him. So that was interesting, funny experience, not my one, but my husband's. But I think what I really love is seeing ladies before sauna ritual and when they leave. This is like really interesting to see when they come in and all tired and they still scared to take anything off from the body, and they very conservative and all that. No one's really speaking that much, and then after 2 hours they just like new rebirthed people, women's there, and it's really interesting to see what change it does to the people, to the, especially ladies. I do the rituals. Yeah.
Mm. So when you're talking about these rituals, I'm very intrigued as to what those rituals entail.
So I think I still finding the word how I should name this, because in my country it's just the sauna bathing, you know.
Yeah.
I think in English wording there's like ceremony, ritual, but it's just women come together and they have a really good time in it. Not just only washing their hair, which is used to be, and you wash yourself in the sauna, but now we sort of connect a bit more spiritual mindfulness together, which is amazing. And it's quite cleansing and deep. Even you think it's just the heat and a bit of sweating, but feels like we sweat out also our mind, whatever is there, just releasing out. So the rituals vary from one to another. Every time I did ritual, it's always not the same. So yes, you have a very classical Baltic bathing, which is we have like a minimum 3-4 ins and outs, where you have like 10 to 15 minutes in sauna and then 5 to 10 minutes out for cooling off. There you will get a really good therapy with cold and heat contrast. And then in between those entries, you sort of go like a wave. You go like slowly, and then it's get really, 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 really hot, and then you sort of come down, and it gets a bit more, not cooler, but a little bit more gentler heat. So it's like seasons. We call seasons.
Mm.
And then of course there's lots of things with the whisks we have, like, you know, we do a massage.
If you hold it in front of your body, we can see it a bit
Yeah,
closer.
that like
Yeah.
classical oak and birch.
So it's lots of branches of the oak and
Ah.
birch with the leaves on them.
Yeah, birch is classical queen, and it's really, really good for your skin and breathing. And it's we call a bit more like a young boy. You could just give ourselves for the people, just like giving, giving and giving energetically. But in general, it just helps you to relax with the aromatherapy. So yes, we use different kind of plants, a lot of plants, lot of uh, trees or whatever plants is there, and we infuse them with different ways of using it. So it could be water infused, and then you pour the water on the stones, or we use it on in the oils or scrubs. But mainly the classical way of Baltic healing, it's using the birch and doing the whisk massage for the person. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds fantastic. And of course, that's where my mum and I met you, was when you were sharing your sauna tent at an event that we attended, and you were there with your husband, as well as the sauna and the cold pool to dip into as you come out. And we experienced the essential oils in the sauna as well. And so obviously this is slightly different from the regular sauna that you would go to, like the one that I attend at the gym. And they often say at those ones at the gym, don't put water on the heating implement. But yours is a more personal sauna, isn't it? That you can actually take two places to run for people.
So gym saunas are really, really hot.
Yeah.
And I get very angry when I go to my gym sauna, because it's actually very, very hot. that I'm not saying the hot is bad for you, but when you don't combine the water element, which you pour the water on the stones, you don't get the humidity, which you need a bit of balance, and that way your whole system, like breathing, lungs, could get a good benefit from it. So when you go into such a hot one, is actually not very beneficial, is you drying it out yourself. And like when I go to my gym, is like it's covered, the stones are covered and hidden in the big metal box. I was like, why did they do that? You know. But well, you know, I tend to, if I'm like really need that sauna there, I just go for like 10 minutes and then I go to steam one. So sort of have a bit of balance. But yes, I don't know why the gyms are just got into this, because probably they don't know, you know, no one's really tell them. And yes, and also I get very angry because there's a sign, no children allowed under 16, which is so ridiculous rule, because everyone will benefit from sauna. So well, my sauna and Lithuanian Baltic saunas is a bit more balance in the heat and the humidity. You still could get quite high temperature if you wish, and I prefer my sauna and my rituals would be between 50 to 70 maximum.
That's very different, isn't it? Because in the saunas in the gym, they're normally 80, 90.
Yes, yeah. And you, of course, when you use a lot of water, you really don't feel so hot, like, you know, as so many women came to me and say, I really hate saunas, I really don't like the heat. And what do you say? I mean, when someone comes to like that, I always say, give it a try. Let's start slowly, come in, and then I always make sure that everyone knows that no one's in pressure to stay and they can go out. And if they're not feeling it, it's fine. We're all very different. And I had like definitely 3 4 ladies up to now saying, you converted me into like a sauna lover, which is just amazing to hear it, because all they know is this hot gym sauna. And if they haven't tried it, different other ones, they are really, you know, feeling a bit of anxious to go in.
Yes, yeah. And it's so true, going back to what you said at the beginning there about how this space of, you know, there's no telephones, you're usually naked and bare and, you know, intimately in a space with others, and it seems to melt things away. And often that's where I have amazing conversations, is in the sauna. Even today, you know, in my gym sauna, even though it may not be the most ideal sauna, I had the most amazing conversations and connected with people. And it's absolutely wonderful. So I can see how people in that space become converted and also begin to like melt away their troubles and open up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed that where, okay, when I do rituals, like we're all very very chatty, like some people, they come sometimes, they don't want to chat, but most of the time everyone is just start bubbling and which is nice. But actually in our traditions, a sauna have to be, when you come in, you have to really respect, is like a bit of temple in the way you're going to bathe yourself, you're going to really give yourself a bit of off from everything. And I always ask everyone who come in to really like stop talking and just allow yourself just to be. And you know, because it's very important to rest your mind and not just the body, and everything will come naturally. in the end, when it's a ritual, we finish all the ritual, I say, okay, now we could just share it. And you really see the whole transformation when they come in, they're like, and then are sort of calming it down. And then that this calming effect will help you out even feel more what sauna could offer you, in a way, like not just the heat but the whole being in there, and sweating and doing a bit of whisk massage without even talking a lot, which is really, really nourishing. And I think in the end, you end up just saying really what it's you wanted to say rather than just blah blah blah, blabbing out.
Yeah, speaking more mindfully, yes.
Yeah.
And so you said you're from Lithuania, and I'm very interested and curious to know about the culture and the saunas there, and how you first got into contact with saunas. Were they always in your life since you were born, or when did that begin?
So we have different regions. Some regions have more saunas in their near the houses, or they have like a public saunas which we had in our town. My family was a bit too poor to have a sauna in our garden, and so we used to go to this public one, which is huge one, and there was like a 1, 2, 3 or 4 steps up, but really high building. And I used to watch these naked ladies and think, oh my god, it's disgusting. As a child, it's like, oh my god, it's boobies. And that was a bit traumatic for a child, but anyway. And I was like, I used to look at them going really, really high, and I was like, how can cope to being that high? I always used to stay even, not all, even on the bench or like on the ground sitting. And we used to have this like public showering, the washing and all that. And then at the back it was like a cold pool. So that was, yeah, I always went to that cold pool. It was very, very cold. Woo! So that's what I had. But just before England coming to UK, my boyfriend, which is my husband, we used to go every Sunday to our neighbors to really, really old sauna, which is, you really could see, with wood inside. It's been long, so that was a lovely experience to just go, in a bit more different. Yeah, so this is what we've been since really, really little, because if you think, we've been in Soviet Union for a really long time, so there was a luxury to have whatever showers or bathrooms. I had outside toilet, so that was the where you just go and have a shower once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So can you tell me when your self-mastery journey started, or when you started becoming aware of your own self-mastery journey?
So I wrote to you and I said, like, I had this when I had the panic attack. I can't remember now. I had my second was born. Yes, so now she's 11. So I would guess 8 years ago, I had a panic attack because my website got down completely, where I was teaching my fitness classes. And that's it. I just had a panic attack. My breathing started to get really, really, like I was like suffocating or something. I couldn't breathe. And yeah, I thought, this is not normal. There's something I'm not doing it right. And then, yeah, slowly I sort of got into a couple courses where I met kind of different people. And then in the course, we were talking about your, like, beliefs, and that's just got me into a bit more. So slowly, and I tried everything, going from this to that to that to tapping to meditations, like everyone. And yeah, I'm still, it's never ending journey, right?
Yeah.
It's always something, but I think what I'm into, like last couple of things, which was very deep. I did like 10-day Vipassana meditation, and that was another level. So I think I'm slow. I did slow down a bit, like trying things. I think COVID came, everyone had this huge awakening, whatever you call it. And then it is like layers. You take one onion, another layer of onion, and oh, there's more. Okay. But I would never regret it. I've been into like a bit of like feminine energy and sort of getting more into our feminine side of it. So that was last few years. I mean, it's not stopped, of course. It's just work on progress. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you ever imagine your life unfolding as it has done?
Oh, no, no. No, my God. I think what I remember when I was small, I really loved being like a nanny. I used to look after in the village couple children, more than couple, and I always knew I want to have family, and that's it. So I
Yeah.
don't remember when I was like thinking in the future what I would want to, but it's definitely the family element. It was there, but now when I have everything, is like, oh my God, it's such a hard work. Like you just really need to think of what, like, feeling what you want to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no way I'm like, would ever someone will tell me, would you live in UK, you will have like here and this and this, and I was like, no, 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 no. Yeah.
And you told me as well that you were a dance instructor and that you love everything dance.
Yeah.
I myself, I go to Five Rhythms sometimes, and I love dance as well. What kind of dance were you doing? What kind of fitness instructor were you?
Yeah, so I always was dancing since very little, just love dancing. I never felt like I am like a dancer type person, because I think when I was dancing in Lithuanian traditional folk group, uh, the dance teacher, she was like, this one of the teachers who's like very thin, very well looked after, and I think there was one evening when we had like some kind of party, and she just like picked on me saying, you definitely should not eat these sweets. Like, because I would not say I was like big child, but maybe a bit with, a bit of cheek. So yeah, I think it got stuck in me that something is not right with me. And somehow, and I end up being in dance college, which is the way how life's work. It's just been amazing, but it was really lovely 3 years, but self-consciously about the whole body, and like as a dancer, you know I wasn't really good, like feeling it good in my skin, thinking, who am I, because I'm not this tall dance looking girl, but I just like was doing a ballet lessons, and I wasn't ballet person. I wasn't really like good in even like Latin or ballroom, so I felt a bit like not confident, but I wasn't perfect, but I was loving the dance. And then I think when I came here, it took a bit of while for me to come out of it, because I still wasn't sure who am I as a dance teacher. So I think when Zumba came, it was like my opportunity, and it really helped me to come out as I think I could do this, because
Mm.
all these other elements of dance, like a ballet, you really need to be from very little to be really good at it. So I don't regret any bit of being in college, because it's been great student year, living in the student houses and all that. But so that's where Zumba really helped me to come out as a dance teacher. So, and then slowly started to do my own style. And now a couple of years I've been just teaching my own style class, like very simple, very not complicated moves, a bit of ABBA, a bit of let's say a bit of salsa, so a bit of mix and match. It really depends of what ladies really want. It's all about like just having fun and relaxing.
Mm.
Yeah, so not something on the stage, look at me, perfectionist on every move. It's just having good relaxing good time. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said you were quite self-conscious about your body.
Yeah, so I think I needed to stop being in the fitness industry, because that's where I started. I thought I want to go back to sort of teaching, but I was cleaning the houses. My English wasn't really, I came without at all any speaking English. So when I had my first one, I thought, that's it, I need to do something. So I went, I think, easier way, rather than going to dance college again. I thought, let's go fitness way, because I always love exercise.
Mm.
But this being self-conscious of like, still I'm not good enough as a dance teacher, it really not helped in the fitness being in fitness, because you're also surrounded by mirrors. And I think I was like size 8, 6, and I was watching at myself in the mirror and seeing like I am a fat person while teaching a class. So it was not healthy. I was like very, very healthy, very fit, but not happy in my own skin. And then before I sort of completely stopped, 3 years I had this clean eating thing. Is like, yes, from Monday to Friday I'm so good at it, like I'm best personal trainer. I eat very clean, but starting from Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, I started to binge, and then Monday you are in such a guilt and thinking you are such a crap instructor. So I actually was going like for 3 years like this, and I was so really unhappy. And then I needed to get some help, because it started to affect like even meeting with the friends and thinking, oh, I can't have this bread, or I can have this whatever meat, because it's not gluten free, wheat free, and all the stuff. So I sort of slowly weaned off completely teaching classes and being in the fitness industry, because it was not making me happy. So it's a journey. It's been a long journey, and it's not finished. I think I'm the biggest I'm ever been, but I'm most happiest I ever been. Yeah, like since the whole journey into industry, fitness industry, like all other industries, which they want just make money, is a bit unhealthy, and I'm not sure if I want to go back there yet.
Yeah.
Maybe slow, maybe come with the different aspects, but it's all about hard work and then fat loss and all that. I'm no longer there anymore. I'm into intuitive eating, looking after yourself, exercising, being really healthy.
Yeah.
So yes, so that's where sort of sauna is also all this journey. It's where I'm going now. It's just I could feel it's the guidance that you don't have to go back to this, fitness industry if you don't want. Just do what you feel right, and I still I teach my own class, which is what is everyone I think now wants to teach their own authentic things. Like they no longer, I feel like, oh, I need to do this course or this course or this course to just perfect everything what I want to be. And now I could see people, some instructors, they want to explore their ways, what they have unique in them. So like teaching a bit of breathing, teaching a bit of relaxation, a bit of deep stretching, and like free movement. Or like this Monday we did like a shoulder massage with essential oils in my class. It's crazy. It's like, wow, amazing. This is what people really, need, something very authentic. I believe now is the time for everyone to explore. So yes.
Yeah, I
Sorry, I'm
definitely.
talking too much.
No, I
Thank you for
definitely
listening.
resonate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
So
see that as well, definitely, where people are, within the yoga world as well, where people are calling their classes by their own names and
amazing. I love it.
teaching, yeah,
I
teaching
just
what's
so love it
authentic.
to see this. It's like finally we trusting that we could do this and we don't need certificate from another company who probably the same as you, and maybe you even know more than these people. Yes, I know we need a bit of education, but the whole thing of intuitive, like what do these people need? So what I noticed when I used to teach in different classes a long time ago, let's say I was like teaching from spin to aqua to yoga to all other things, like I make up the list what I'm going to do in the class. Okay, so we're going to do like 3 down dogs with this or this or this, and then I come in and my list is just out. It's like, and I'm doing this now. It's like, what is this? So I was used to think I'm a bad instructor because I'm like not following even what I wrote. But now I could see that it was really good because I really was aware what my clients really needed at that time. And no one said, oh, your class was not great or something. Everyone used to come out, oh, thank you very much. It was really amazing class.
Yeah.
So now is the time to really trust because we could do way much better when we are guided by ourselves, sometimes. But you must listen very hard, actually.
Yes. Yeah. I was listening to Ram Dass actually, and I'm listening to one of his audio books, and he was saying how any institution, it can be a trap. And so,
Yes.
like you say, we need that education, and it's great to have that education, and then to kind of break down the institution and move away from it, and like let that move through us with our own authentic flow. And I think
Yeah.
that's key, that's important.
I think because this is like the whole movement of sauna now is really on a high. And when I actually was in Lithuania when I went for sauna ritual with someone, and I was just blown away of the whole experience. I really, really felt that that's it. I need to bring this to UK because everyone needs this. But like sauna itself, it wasn't for me anything new. There's something was so deep there what she did, and it triggered to me. But I thought, can I try do this? And it's like that feeling of just give it a try. Just give it a try and see, because what she did is nothing. Yes, there is some basic things you need to know about the sauna stove and the heat and the checking. Yes, there is some things you definitely need to learn. But I think when I did my first one in here, I did it in that sauna festival. I actually really felt that I been guided from inside, but same time I feel guidance from like my ancestors, because we've been doing this for long time, like years, 1,000 years, like since like 12th century, it looks like, from the history, archives. So really, like, all the institutions, yes, you need to pick up some facts and some basic stuff. And one thing which I learned, just being so far up to now, is the whole rituals and saunas, whatever was there a long time ago, no one actually was writing it, because it was just mouth to mouth. So it's like we really don't even know how it was. We're sort of guessing, because there's some finds, like some soap finds, whatever the traces or whatever, and how the sauna looked. But actually, it's all about definitely feeling it, the intuition, and be guided, and to trust that guidance. And that's why I had experience first. Not, I mean, it's always, I feel I am guided when I do the ritual, but it's just the feeling you get. It's amazing, because you won't get anything from any institutions, any schools, all of this. No one will teach you that.
Yeah.
It's like really feeling it in and trusting it. That's the key.
Yeah. And what was that you said about, was it the fines?
Mm?
You said it's not written down, but
Yeah. So what we know from Lithuanian history, that how they knew that the saunas was there already, like our saunas, is one example of how they knew. It's um, the knights or the soldiers, whatever, let's say 12th century ago, they came and they attacked uh, some man, which they were naked and they were in sauna without the guns or swords. So that's how we know that they were bathing, and bathing in some building which they described it. And then I think there's like a 14th century, there's a finds of archaeological finds. There's a
okay.
saunas, yeah, like buildings, and there was different types of saunas, and ground ones, and just like buildings from the wood, because it was a bit cheaper, not, that's why these are wooden ones.
Yeah. So they found all these things when they were doing their archaeological
Yeah,
digs. I
yeah,
see. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually met a lady who actually was at the place. She's archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
Yes, thank you. And I recently met her at the Lithuanian event, and she told me she was there working, in that area. Not that she found it, because it was a long time ago, but she said that they are still there. These remains are still there. And she definitely said, I was there, doing some stuff. It's just amazing, yeah, to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you speak about channeling your ancestors as well, I really relate to that when I'm working with coaching clients sometimes, and I come out of a session and I've been coaching a client and I'm just like, wow, where did that come from? And
Mm.
it's almost like I was experiencing it as well. And it reminds me of my yoga, the swamis, my yoga teachers, the swamis, when I trained with Shivananda yoga.
Mhm.
And they said, they bowed their heads to the ground at the end of the course, and they said, we're merely channels of this information, and we're
Yeah.
bringing it to you. And I feel that when you're in the flow within this kind of work, you do actually, you are channeling it. And if you think of sports people as well, they talk about being in the zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they come into the zone and they're kind of wielding this magic and mastery in their sport.
definitely.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your sauna project that you have on at the moment. I'd love to hear more about that.
So so when I started all this, like slowly getting into rituals, I thought I would love to have our space, like space where people just come and experience all of this. And then somehow when you when you really want to help people, things come up. Like, so I found this beautiful home farm in Surrey, in Addlestone. Is actually been 30 years not used, and people started to find out how they could get this place used as a community. So it took a bit of time for them to really get to know who's this building belong to, and then just get the keys. So it's been only 2 years since they got the keys, and there's lots of things needs to be refurbished, and there's, but it's lovely grounds. There's like a 13 acres with the river, and yes, it gets flooded, but we still have like a good 3 acres where we could do, like, they have huge plants with all the related well-being, people to come to do woodwork, allotment, garden, sensory gardens, the outdoor gyms. So when I saw it, I thought I need to try to approach it. And previous, I was like approaching a couple different private landowners, and either they just were not interested in my idea, or were like crazy expensive. So I thought, okay, let's just, I almost were like giving up. And I saw the home farm project, and I thought, let's just approach them. And the people behind it, they just said yes. It's like, I actually even not try to go and see the place. I thought I just going to email them. Oh no, I'm sorry. I actually went to check. Yes, I did went to check, and someone showed me around just to sort of peek, not speaking with anyone about my idea yet. And I thought, this space is amazing. It will fit every box I was looking for. And then I thought, I'm not going to waste more time, because I had so many no's or some other things. And I thought I'm going to just email them my idea, and I get yes or no. And they said, yeah, just come and give us a presentation. So went to presentation, not even like starting presentation, they already said yes. And I thought, that's it. It's all started slowly. So now what I'm looking is to make this really as a community sauna space where everyone could come, and no one will be turned away, either they are different, whatever, gender or financial situation, because that's the home farm sort of ethos. Do not let down anyone, like say no. It's like open door policy. And I thought, okay, I need to do a crowdfunding to build the sauna trailer. And then I thought, let's just try crowdfunding and see what interest I get, and just really spread the word about it, that there is such a space and we could do amazing things in it. So so far I raised 1,000, which is amazing amount, and I'm so happy. And I need another 7. I mean, it's not really a lot when you think the home farm needs 60,000 to make this project really, the whole project, to get funding, because they need to raise some amount to get the funding of like 2 millions. And I thought I just need extra help and see where it will take me. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm a bit nervous and stressed, but I know I've been guided. And should come. And also even I'm still like a small business because I'm a sole trader, but I'm looking to make this as a social enterprise, like similar what Hackney Wick doing with the whole space, where there's a green prescribing and social prescribing, where really, really just to get very affordable prices, to come to everyone to experience. And then, yeah, of course, I would love to run rituals and just the normal sauna sessions. But this is very like when I speak with people, say, "Oh, it's a sauna." Yeah, what is the difference from the gym sauna? It's very nature based environment, because it's outside and you are very connected to the nature, because there's a lovely beautiful trees, there's some fields, there's owls, there's lots of birds and animals there, and there's a river there. So it's really a very healing space, combining nature and sauna and fire and anything else you could combine there. Yeah.
Wow.
There's no limit what you can do there. Yeah.
It sounds absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
So
love this project to really, to come out fully, like, we are there and we're doing it. That's it.
yeah. So if you think along this journey of this dream for having this sauna, what are some of the key learnings that you've had, and what would be your message to others? Because obviously, our greatest learnings come when we face challenges and we have like obstacles maybe seem like they've been placed in our way. And that's often when we learn different, we get different strengths. And they say that if no one's ever horrible to you, then you would never learn forgiveness, for example. So what have been some of the key learnings that you've had on this journey so far?
I think it's what is coming up for me is actually probably the first the beginning of, like, when you have a dream, you actually really need to sit down and start writing it, like exactly how you would want to be, like so specific, so detailed, that you actually really went like as a real, like how it would be, what things, how it would be, how it will look, the smell, like the touch, everything. And then, like, okay, I did it. Now I'm like ready to put it out. Because when I when I was like, oh, I have this dream of sauna thing. Yeah, okay. And then the thing started to come up, and it's like, I'm not sure. I think I want this, but not like this. It's like, really, it's all, just starting point where you vision yourself in it. I don't know, maybe it's not that easy. Maybe I was like a bit like dreaming in a dreamland, but when it started to, like, this dream to come out, I was like a bit, oh, okay, it's actually happening. And I was like, oh, maybe I should needed to think a bit other better things what I wanted to do. Yes, because it's for me it was like, oh yeah, I had this dream. Oh, boom, yeah, here, you got the space now, do it. But it took a lot of, like, hard work and, like, planning and talking with a lot of people. I'm not saying this is not part of it. I just, like, for me, was like, I didn't expect, like, oh, okay, there's so much more work needs to be done. So not like be a bit of a dreamland, but same time, like, okay, I want this, but how I want this and what things could come up. I mean, you never know, but expect, like, yeah, I think for me, that's my personal journey, what was with the sauna. But yes, I think even I want this dream to come true. So now, and just right now, give me right now, I know I have to be patient, because the time will come, and now I'm having a time where I could really adjust what do I want and how I want it, and slowly keep doing what I'm doing, somewhere in other places when I have been invited to run some things, and you could see like, oh, okay, logistics, how it would be when I will need to run this, because it will maybe will have I needed more time to do this. Now I see this vision in a dream, but there will be more work because there's like a website I need to do, like a booking system, I need to do, and lots of other things you don't see behind it. So it's good way to not rush things. For me, that's what I've been personally right now. Yeah, like everything, it's right time, trusting, and just really allowing to involve itself.
Yes, I see. I see, and I hear a few things there. So the first thing is really to almost be in stillness and silence and sit with your vision so that you can really feel into it. And
Yeah.
I notice that when I have a vision, and I think we can easily, like you say, things can start coming at us, and then we could, if we're not aware, we can easily be swayed by those other opinions or things that are kind of coming at us, rather than being clear on what our vision is, and so I think that first step allows you to have that certainty of your vision, so that you can hold true to the vision as things start coming. Because maybe there's things that come and you say, no, thank
Yeah.
you, that's not for me right now. Maybe there are things that come and you're like, yes, and I'd prefer it like this.
Yes.
So I see that as one. And then I see another one is patience for right timing, or the divine design, when that, when it's ready to unfold. I definitely recognize that as well, when you put something out there into the universe and we want it now.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's realizing that it will come within the time. And
Yeah.
then another thing I see within what you've said is that space of allowing yourself to grow along the way through the different steps. So if it comes straight away, and I've heard this recently from someone else as well, if it came straight away, you maybe wouldn't be in the right headspace, in the right energy vibration to
Yes.
receive it. Therefore
Yes.
it may collapse.
Yes. That's so, yeah.
That can happen with people that win the lottery, for example, and their headspace is not in that capacity of having that amount of, they can't cope with it, and then the next it's all gone and they're broke.
Yeah, I remember teaching body pump class long time ago, and it's like there's like 10 girls used to come like regularly, and it's like, no, it's not enough. I want full class. Like, oh, I really want this full class. Come on, coming in. And I got it, and I couldn't handle it. There's like 5 of them doing incorrectly. I just getting stressed, and it's like I can't focus on this, then I need to focus on the music. And I thought, actually, God, universe, thank you, but probably no. And I understood the lesson. Like, I learned the lesson. Really, it gives you what you're capable to receive it in that moment. That's, oh my God, 100%. So many times. Yeah. I had this. Yeah.
I just had that vision in my mind. Yeah. I've been in a pump class, so I know how intense they can be alone, just as they are, but then with the added thing of having to keep an eye out on everyone and if they're doing it correctly. And
Yeah.
And can I ask you, what would be your key advice, your piece of advice for others out there on their self-mastery journey?
Oh my God. I don't know if I could give advice. I mean, it's really feeling it and trusting what you need. Like, I know we are bombarded with so many practices and ways of do things. This is like overwhelming amount of stuff, but really what I'm noticed personally is like so personal. So I really don't feel like I can give advice in that way, because it's really everyone need to find it out. Like example, I used to teach boot camp with the whole fat loss thing, and like my approach was like, okay, we're going on a detox 21 day, and one lady loses 10 kilos and one lady actually puts like 10 kilos on. It's like, oh my God. So it's like, that's why I sort of wean myself off the fitness industry, because we have to be our own seekers, own detectives of what do we actually really need. Because we are very unique. No one, I don't think no one could, like, they can guide you a bit, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is your piece of advice, and it comes back to something that you said earlier about following your authentic own path, following your truth. And when I'm teaching yoga, one of the things I say is follow the wisdom of your body, because although you've told me your ailments, you know, and things like that, if your body's hurting, I can't feel that. If it doesn't feel right for your body, I can't feel that. If your body needs an extra stretch or twist or whatever it is, you are in your body, and therefore following the wisdom of your own body is the most important thing that you can do.
I think because we are really being very programmed, believing that this person in front of us is going to teach us, and we are so trusting, which sometimes, yes, you do need that, but really it's all comes from within. And this is a journey to self-trusting and that intuition, which my people would say, why are you talking, what intuition? I'm like, I don't even understand what you're saying, you know. But this is a journey. It's a journey. Yeah, some people are okay with the books and they will be like books, you know, reading, and that's what they want. It's fine. But I think all this authenticity I just see now everywhere, and it just really makes me feel really, really like happy, because I could see there's so many offerings which we haven't been experienced for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
Unique ones, like, yeah, it's amazing to see how things are evolving now.
Yes. Yeah. And as I say, you are the one you're waiting for. You are the guru. So the guru is within. And
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Wow, thank you very much. It's been wonderful speaking to you
Oh,
today, Gerda.
you for like, I think I talk way too much. Blah 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 blah. But I really appreciate listening me, like, you know.
Yeah. I think if you didn't talk on the podcast, then I know, you know, silence and stillness is good. I'm sure we could sit in silence and stillness and just smile at each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, I never done the podcast before, so I'm like, how is going to be, you know? But I didn't expect like a lot of listening from your side. You know, I thought we will be like talking. So thank you very much for allowing me to let all this out, which is so like being there for a long time. I think I already bored a lot of people, like not bored, but just like, but it was nice that, you know, I could answer
Yeah.
some questions and just put my things in the places.
Yeah. Well, it's been wonderful to listen to you. And I'm sure the audience out there will feel the same. And
Okay.
we'll share all your links down below so that people can get involved in the crowdfunder.
Yes,
And
please.
yeah, I look forward to experiencing your sauna again soon.
Yeah, I have actually 2 events December, only 2 events at the home farm, which is a women's ritual on the 9th of December, which is Saturday. And then I want to really celebrate winter solstice with a beautiful event of a bit of sauna, not a bit of sauna, but good sauna session. So maybe you could come. And then I planned use English mistletoe medicine in the whole sauna experience, and quite excited about this. And also we're going to really do such a beautiful path to light walk and spiral, which can't wait, because it will be in the evening and it might be a bit cold, but I make sure we have really hot in the sauna. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And if it's past December and those events are no longer available, I'm sure there'll be other ones. So check out
Oh yeah.
Gerda's links and you'll be able to find all that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Speak to you
Thank you,
soon.
Juliette. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Till the hour past everyone.
Thank you to Matt and Ken at Thermalux UK for offering their saunas as a space for me to record my podcast in. Soulful Saunas, stories of self-mastery.